And we on.
G back up in it. You already know. Monday night boxing talk. Come to chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Got some little old fights on deck this weekend. Yeah, hey, I gotta go change my settings real quick. I'll be right back.
All right. Look up the schedule and shit, man. Ain't nobody in the building yet. Hold on.
All right, I'm back in the mix. I gotta go pull up the live stream and shit now.
I had to pull it up. That shit
Yeah.
start feedback.
You say you heard some feedback?
Nah, that was me. I had the live stream pulled up.
Seen and unseen boxing. What's up with it, bro? What's going down? Say salute, salute, homie. Salute to the chat.
Salute, man.
Yeah, man. We just off here kicking it, man. About to talk a little bit of boxing and shit. Got a few interesting fights coming up, man, like that Tim Zoo versus Tony Harrison. Uh,
Navarrete fight this weekend on Friday.
you already know we love calling Navarrete. That shit on ESPN Plus though. I was thinking about just saying
It say
fucking
right
with
for
you.
ESPN.
Oh, it must have been the
Cortez fight and the
yeah
Xavier.
the preliminaries. It must have been the preliminaries. Then all right, that's a bet then. Shit, we on it. Gil Cole's go smelling ass in the building. What's up, bro?
Gil Cole, salute, bro.
What's going down, man? I got to get on y'all ass in the Chow Ross this weekend, man. I'm in 31st place. I got to make a move.
I'm off to a bad start. Bumgarner fight too this weekend.
Yep. She got a decent little old fight this weekend with a woman that's pretty tough. Yeah, I think she gonna go out there and beat her though.
Hey, shit. What you think about the yard Beterbiev fight, man?
And a lot of people was shitting on Yard, but man, I gave Yard props for that shit. Cause like people were saying he just gonna get blew out in like 2 or 3 rounds and shit like that. I was like, man, hey, I think Yard gonna come fight back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think he was gonna win because you know me, bro. I can't take the man with 12 amateur fights and take him over a man with 400 amateur fights. I just can't do that, man. Beterbiev is a bona fide five. I gotta take him, man. This man got golds in the AIBAs. He went to the Olympics fighting Usyk and all that shit. I got to take him. But I feel like that Beterbiev is a natural fighter, bro. I feel like if he would have started fighting when he was 10 instead of close to 20, I think he would have been a good fighter. And I think his body would look different. Instead of being 175, I think he'd probably be like 168 because he's been training his body that way his entire life. You know what I'm saying? But I was fairly impressed with Yard, man. I mean, he looked nervous as a motherfucker. He was jittery as hell. But he came to fight back. He was landing that check hook. He had a little jab. He get his head off the line a little bit. If he had more confidence, I think he would have did better in the fight. But he was kind of timid and shit off in there. Better Beef did his thing the way he do it. He got little tricks that he do, man. Sometimes he'll let you get off work. So you have to use that energy. And then as soon as you slow down, here he come with hard shots. That ghost smelling motherfucker Hyphy had brought up a good point. Because he was talking about every single time y'all was stepping a Better Beef and try to get him in the corner, he'll end up in the corner. Because Better Beef would turn to put his ass in the corner and put hands on him. Appreciate this super chat from my boy Gil Coles. I'm gonna read it. Um, he was kind of getting outsmarted in them instances, you know what I'm saying? But he landed the right hand a few times. And I promise early on, I was like, man, he just can't land the right hand. Then as soon as I said that, bam, he hit him with the right hand. And he had a reaction out of, on Better Beef too. Like whenever he would hit Better Beef would get his ass up out of there for a little while. You know what I'm saying? So he went out there and got stopped in 8 rounds. I predicted KO 10, so I was off by 2 rounds. But I was still fairly impressed, Yard in his 2 fights against Kovalev and Beterbiev because he only got 12 amateur fights, and he going out there and presenting somewhat of a challenge to a man that was 192-20 and another man that was 395-5. You know what I'm saying? Shit, lines in the camp, man. Salute the Yard. What you thought about it?
Hey, salute, Gil. Appreciate you, bro.
Oh yeah, let me read that real quick. He
Yeah.
said, "Shout out to my OG Mike Hennigan for picking them Cowboys against my Bucks. I was about to pull a scumbo baggage movement." Yeah, appreciate that shit, man. Square business. What
But
you about to
shit,
say, bro?
yeah, I thought Yard held a good count of himself. I mean, the pressure was on his ass, and eventually it got to him. He was able to land some good shots. It just showed the skill level. You know, he showcased some good skills up in there against a motherfucker who got some hell of experience. But you know, I think that experience was just too much, and eventually ended up stopping his ass. Like I thought, he got it. I think it was the 8th round, I believe, and it was a different kind of punch that Yard, you know what I'm saying, Yard wasn't expecting either. So I think it was an accumulation of both things, man. He got hit with a good one, and that pressure was a motherfucker, man. It just wasn't enough to keep Beterbiev off his ass. I thought he did a pretty good job, man. Thought he did a pretty good job, man.
I thought that check hook was giving Beterbiev some problems, man, because I was thinking about it. I said, man, they don't really throw the check hook with the Eastern Europeans. If y'all know Eastern Europeans that use a good check hook, let me know because I can't think of none. They mainly throw like straight punches, you know what I'm saying? And some of them have a little hook, but most of them like to throw straight type punches. They don't really throw no check hook. So I just noticed that he had problems with that punch in particular. You know what I'm saying? See that's why like when you have a good fighter, let's say a Nui, for example. A Nui is a hell of a fighter, very good fighter. But I still want to see him go against somebody with that Americanized slick style. Because we got like over here, we got weapons that you don't see all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Like we got that check hook and shit, man. Do y'all see people in Asia throwing the check hook? Do y'all see people in Europe throwing the check hook? I really don't see the check hook away over there. I see that in America. I see that some Michigan type shit. And it started in Michigan, but it didn't kind of spread around. You know what I'm saying? But that's like some Americanized shit. And I saw that punch gave him problem. Hey, salute to my boy Moody Treyweather in the building. My nigga Napoleon in the building. What's up, bro? Seen and unseen boxing say shit. He can't think of a European that got a check hook. See, I remember what Mayweather did to Ricky Hatton when he hit him with that check hook, man. I was talking to D'Lo about the fight. He said it looked like he never seen a check hook before. And if you look at his opponents and stuff, besides Marcus Brown, and he ain't really got a deep amateur background or nothing like that, you don't really see like a lot of slick guys on Beterbiev's resume. So that's why I kind of be holding my judgment until I see him against all styles. You know what I'm saying? And I'm picking Cool Boy Steph to beat Nui if they do fight. I know I'm kind of getting off topic, but I do got some respect for Nui willing to fight somebody like Cool Boy Steph without no acclimation process. Like go straight to 122 and go straight to Cool Boy Steph. I ain't got nothing but respect for that. You know what I'm saying? But I think he gonna come up short though. Hey, what you think about that fight, bro? Cool Boy Steph, they fight him and a Nui fight.
Shit, I think that's a good ass fight, man. I think Cool Boy ain't bullshit, man. He wanted to be recognized, and he got to give props to Anui too for moving up and taking a fight like that. I think that's a good fight for both of them and for both of their careers. Um, I know Cool Boy gonna be in a tough ass fight. I'm gonna be pulling for him. But, he better definitely be on point with his reflexes and that defense. Cause the Nui, he hitting hard in the motherfucker. I like to see it if that shit gonna carry up. Napoleon Armstrong, appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, appreciate that shit, bro. Square business. Salute to Winston Lee in the building. What's up, bro? Fellow Champ Ross alumni. Well, yeah,
Winston
man. I,
Lee,
I just
bro.
I just think uh Cool Boy Steph got too many advantages. Like a Nui, what weight class that man start at, man? How them weights go? You got like 118, 115, 112, 108. I think he started like 108 or some shit like that. Cool Boy Steph ain't never fought below 122, if I'm not mistaken. So he the naturally bigger man all day long. I saw Anui. They got one of his fights on YouTube. Y'all look it up whenever y'all get a chance if y'all feel like doing a little bit of research. Anui, he fought this guy named Yosvani Vesha from Cuba. Real slick type fighter. He a southpaw. But he went out there and he boxed Anui from the outside. He put angles on Anui. Instead of standing in front of him and retreating to the ropes and waiting on Anui and shit the way people be doing, he went out there and boxed and turned to put an angle on Anui. He beat Anui twice They fought in the AIBA World Championships 2 times. The first time he shut Nui out. He beat him 3 rounds to nothing. The second time he beat him 2 rounds to 1. But I just saw that real slick style, they gave him some problems. And I think the type of style that he faced in that fight, I think Cool Boy Steph can give him the same type of fight. But instead of it being from the southpaw stance, it's from the orthodox stance. And that could make it even worse because he's going to be putting that jab on that motherfucker. Nui ain't got a lot of head movement and stuff, man. He keep his head on the line. He can be hit. And I think this is the fight right here. If this fight takes place, that we going to really see what he got. We going to really see.
I gotta agree on that one.
Yeah, we're gonna see on that. Who you are picking that fight though?
I'm picking Cool Boy, man. I'm gonna pick Cool Boy by majority, unanimous type of fight, close unanimous. But it can go the other way though.
It could. I mean, I knew he catch the man. He can hurt him. But the only thing is, I done seen Cool Boy Steph already fight some decent competition to let me know that he ain't getting knocked out. I guarantee y'all, this man. Hold on, I don't want to say too much because I don't want to be giving away all my trademark secrets and shit. But he ain't getting knocked out though. I will say that he is not getting knocked out by no Nui. Nui is not coming the way some of them dudes that this man done already fought, like Brandon Figueroa. Do y'all understand the pressure that this man put on you? Man, that's some tough pressure that man put on you, man. That Figueroa, man. If a Nui fought Brandon Figueroa, I might have to think about taking Figueroa, man. Man, this little old bitty dude coming up from 108 or 105 or whatever the fuck he was at. Man, I can't see him. I just can't see him going up there beating no Brandon Figueroa. Hey, if he's that good, that's a bad motherfucker right there, man. Well, salute to you. I mean, Hyphy gonna smell an ass in the building.
Ivy, salute, bro. Dr. Soap, salute. Welcome to the gym. It's your first time.
Nah, it ain't his first time. He came through and checked the fight out with his last time. He come from Almond Brown Gaming Channel. Salute to you, bro.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah, he was in when we called a FL Jobber fight. He was off in there. Gil Cole say salute to the chat. Seen and unseen boxing said everything got to be clicking on all cylinders for Cool Boy in Japan, unless he knocks a Nui head out. That's a good point. Only thing is, I'm gonna say this though, because like we think a lot about like if a man fight on the road, he might get robbed. You know what I'm saying? And I've been paying close attention to this shit. If you fight somebody on some out the way shit like Pro Box TV, for example, your chances of getting robbed increase a lot because there ain't that many people watching the fight. And the less people watching the fight, the more chances that you'll get robbed. But if it's a nationally televised type of thing, your chances of getting robbed actually decreases. I have noticed that. You can still get robbed. Don't get it twisted. It can still happen, but the chances actually decrease. You know what I'm saying? Because it's been a lot of times where I'm thinking like, damn, man, this guy, if he go over here, he might get robbed. But the shit ain't really been happening all that much. Like I saw Carissa Shields, she went to beat Savannah Marshall in her backyard. I saw Devin Haney, he went to Australia and beat Cambosis twice. Shit, my mind just went blank. But hell, if I sit here long enough, we can come up with a lot of examples where people that went on the road. We just had a La Bomba. What's my man name? La Bomba. He one of my favorite little fighters that I've been watching. He a southpaw. I think he might come from Cuba or Costa Rica or something like that. I think his last name is Gonzalez. He's like Jonathan Gonzalez. But he went to Japan and he fought this guy last name Iwata. And a lot of people thought that Iwata was going to win, but they gave Gonzalez the decision in Japan. It was in Japan, and La Bomba went over there and beat him. So it was a nationally televised card, is what I was trying to say. Like, so the robbery didn't take place. You know what I'm saying? So I think he'll be okay if he go out there and do what he got to do. But like you said, he got to stay on point though. Napoleon saw saying what's up to Gil. Hyphy said Naoya is fast on his feet, but only going back and forth, not laterally. My main thing with him is that he keep his head on the line. I don't really see no bobbing and weaving, head movement type shit. I see him kind of stiff with his back. So his head is on the line. You know what I'm saying? I think that's gonna give him problems when he get off in there with somebody that's slick. Me personally, seeing and unseen boxing, uh, Brandon Figueroa, big boy, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So like, that's what I'm saying. We done already seen Cool Boy Step fight 12 rounds with this man. I'm talking about Brandon Figueroa bringing pressure all day, and he got the size for the weight class, like you just said. We always talk about pressure fighters that's big for the weight class. You know what I'm saying? We done talked about it a lot. I ain't even got to come with no examples. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Go
Hey,
ahead, bro.
we could just use Donaire as a mediator as far as how he deal with skill. You know what I'm saying? Donaire got some decent skills. What would you rate Donaire on your pedigree scale?
Donaire, I think he was 48 and 8 or some shit like that. He didn't just have like a deep amateur background though. Um he was off like 48 and 12. I want to say he was 48 and 8. That's the record I want to say, 48 and 8. So I don't know exactly what he won, but if I'm just looking at his record, he wasn't just no high ranking motherfucker. Newey, he a 4 on the pedigree scale. Cool Boy Steph, he a 3.5. You know what I'm saying? But a 3.5 can be anybody up to a 5. That's the floor for good, really good fighters. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like you said though, you know, he fought against Donaire the first time, and it ain't like it was a wash. I mean, he did. It was a war.
Right.
He stopped him in a rematch, but Donaire had some skills that kept him competitive in the first fight though. I
And I
think.
would and
Go
I would
ahead.
say that age play a factor. Donaire wasn't as fast or strong, you know what I'm saying, as he used to be. He was a fraction of his old self. But now you put the motherfucker in there in prime, but you reflexes is, you know what I'm saying, cat like. You feel what I'm saying? His skills is way more sharper, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I think that's gonna be the big factor. You know what I mean? That's why I use Donaire. Donaire got the skills. He a veteran. He been up in there with some motherfuckers. He been with motherfuckers in there with motherfuckers that been around the block, and he was able to go in there in that first fight and give him a run for his money. You know what I mean? So much that it had to be a second, or they wanted a second. Bust his eye socket and everything. So I'm looking at it like this gonna be a young version or a young better version of Donaire. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely. A more athletic version. A naturally bigger version too. Cause like Cool Boy Steph ain't never fought below 122. It's a chance that we'll see him at 130 one day, maybe even 135. You know what I'm saying? And he going against a man that started fighting at like 108 or some shit. And Donaire ain't no big motherfucker. He done fought what, bantamweight and all that shit. What weight class was it where Donaire got up in that tournament? I think that was bantamweight. I think he had went down from like 126. I think he went from 126
It
to
was better.
118 or something.
It was better weight.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So like this is a naturally bigger guy, and I think he got better footwork than Donaire as far as his the athleticism of his feet. I'm not saying he don't make mistakes with his footwork ever, but I'm saying he got naturally faster feet than Donaire. Like Donaire, when he fought against Inoue, he kind of stood in front of him a lot and stepped to Inoue. He didn't really just put the angle on him too much. It was a lot of pressure that he was bringing his own self, and that's something that I actually like because that's stepping to the line. And I talk about stepping to the line a lot. But Cool Boy Steph can do both. He can step to the line and he can box. He can fight on the inside and fight on the outside, and that's why I think he got the advantage. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that'll be a hell of a fight, man. Hopefully, we get to see it.
Hell yeah. D-Lo, salute, bro. Ernest Davis, salute, bro. What's happening?
D-Lo in the building, Big E in the building, salute OG. What's going down? Seen and unseen boxing say, I gotta agree, my brother, them facts. Yeah, you know, we're gonna try to give it to you like God gave it to Moses every time. D-Lo said, and they fought too. Who you talking about, D-Lo? Big E say, salute family, salute Marlo and Trey X, salute to you. Dr. Soapy say, fact, yeah, I fuck with Dr. Soapy, throw him a wrench, bro. Gil Cole said the Inoue destroyed Donaire in that second fight. He did destroy him in that second fight, but that's why I stay away from rematches. Rematches are very hard to predict. It's only been a few times where the rematch go the way that it went the first time. And I'm talking about here recently. I ain't talking about boxing history. You know what I'm saying? Like but let me back up a little bit. All rematches are not the same. Also, like you got different types of rematches. You got some rematches that are performance based. It was a close fight, so they had a rematch because it was a great fight the first time. Like uh, what's the damn trilogy? Mickey Ward and Tiro Gotti type shit. The first fight was so good, let's have a rematch. And then we also have contractually obligated rematches. If whatever happens, we're gonna have a rematch. I guess you could say that's like Devin Haney and Kambosos. Maybe even Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury or something. Them be contractually obligated rematches. But even still, rematches are hard to predict a lot of the time, man. It's very rare that it go the second time the way it went the first time. So I wasn't even surprised when he went out there and knocked Donaire out. I picked the decision, but I wasn't surprised when I saw the knockout though because it was a rematch. Seen and unseen boxing said Nonito broke Inouye face first fight he did. He broke his eye socket. Marlo had mentioned that. Dilo said, good news. Lots of fights getting scheduled. This is going to create more jobs for everyone. All of the inactive boxers were hogging up all the jobs. Shit, more boxing, the better, man. That's square business. Chan Ross was just telling me how he was having some trouble coming up with a lot of fights and shit because we just ain't got the volume. So, yeah, that's what's up, man. I'm looking forward to all these fights, too. Shit, we're going to try to call some of them, too. Seen and unseen boxer say he was at 118. Okay, that's what I thought. He was at bantamweight. If you're talking about when Inouye fought in that tournament and shit, he had went down and weight and fought in that tournament too, if I ain't mistaken. Hyphy said another Argentina fighter went out and smoked the Brit prospect. South American fighters put that pain in when they crossed the ocean. I know what fight you're talking about. You talking about that Itama, Carol Itama. What's the name of the Moderna? I can't remember his name. I know he was 28-10 though. They said he was a two-time Argentinian champion. He went out there and fought that Atama kid, and Atama just he stayed in front of him too much. He was in the southpaw stance, and he seemed to not know how to attack out of it. No head movement, kept his head on the line. Took lead right hands all day long. I was looking at him and shit. I'm looking at him early in the fight. I said, man, I know this dude a big favorite because they had him at like a 50-1 favorite. But I said, if he keep on taking these right hands, he's going to have some problems. Then all of a sudden, I saw a breakthrough. Bam, he took one of them hoes and he went down. I was like, yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, you can't keep walking through punches forever. Like he didn't have an answer for the basic lead right hand against a southpaw. So he's in trouble. But he got a brother that also fight. I can't remember his first name, but his last name is Itama also. And he came back and got a 23-second knockout in his fight. I think it was his professional debut. So he seemed like he got something, but he gonna have to go console his brother though, because his brother ain't got nothing. What else you had on your mind, bro, with the boxing? Can y'all hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me, because I think.
I can hear you. It just took me a minute.
Oh, okay.
Shit. What else we got coming up? We gonna be on the Navarrete fight. I know you like to call him.
Oh yeah. Navarrete, one of my favorite fighters to call all time. I have never not had a great time calling a Navarrete fight. So we're gonna be on this, especially since you said it's gonna be on regular TV.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Say regular ESPN.
Yeah, I've been kind of busy. I ain't even had a chance to break down all the fights for this week yet on the Champ Raws. Normally, by the time we get here today, I already be done went through all them hoes. I still got to go do my picks and shit.
Yeah, you ain't got to take on the bum on the fight yet.
Yeah, I had actually bet on that fight. I had damn, I don't be wanting to say all that shit because I don't be want to get these niggas my picks. I even be thinking about that shit when we be gambling and stuff. I'll be like, man, I got to send these niggas my gamble picks, and that's gonna give them a pick on the Champ Raws. But I guess I can give a free one. I know that everybody look at all the knockouts and shit that Bomb going to got, but I took her by decision. I think she gonna go out here and outbox this chick. She got the deeper amateur pedigree and all that She been active. Her opponent been active enough to go out there and lose by decision. You know what I'm saying? So I took it. I took it by decision.
I really, I really don't know that her opponent like that, but I don't think she really like try to press the issue for a knockout either. She's pretty good, pretty slick, pretty good with her hand. She can set up shots and everything. I'm more than likely, definitely, probably would lock in with you in the decision.
Yeah.
What about Navarrete? I was thinking about he might be getting a towel thrown in or some shit like that.
Yeah. I don't think his opponent gonna be able to go the distance with all that shit Navarrete be coming with. And plus Navarrete, he ain't coming off no layoff. He had a fight with that Baez kid a few months back. So he coming in firing on all cylinders. I think he gonna put them hands on Leon Wilson. Yeah, I
Like,
feel bad for Leon. I think that's his name. I feel bad for Leon Wilson, man. He got an ass whooping coming this weekend.
so we got Serrano fighting Eric Cruz.
Yeah, I gotta go take a look at that one. I don't know nothing about the opponent. I'm gonna be real. Of course, I'm probably leaning towards Serrano more than likely, but I gotta go see what she up against.
Yeah, Navarrete. This kid, Lynn Williamson, only got 11 wins, one loss. Got 12 total fights, seven wins by KO. Man,
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
37 total fights and 30 by KO.
Yeah, I think he in trouble, man. I think Navarrete is I think he an underrated fighter, man. I don't think people give him enough props. I think he a real good fighter. He go out there and perform every single time. He put on a hell of a show. How many fighters are more action packed than Navarrete? Navarrete go out there and give you your money's worth every single time he go out there. You know what I'm saying? For real shit.
Definitely ain't scared to get hit, and he throw a hell of a lot of punches. Uh,
Shit, nigga.
what you think about Arnold Barbosa Jr. versus Jose Pedraza, though?
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough one right there, man. Pedraza is one of them fighters that give me a lot of trouble predicting his fights because he got a very, very, very deep amateur background. I'm talking about he like a 4.5 on the pedigree scale. And that ain't nothing to sneeze at. You know what I'm saying? Hell, the scale only go up to 5. This nigga at 4.5. But he don't get them type of results all the time. Like his last fight when he fought against Richard Comey. To me, that was a chance for him to go out there and win a fight, like a high profile fight. And he went out there and got a draw. Uh, that man don't have nowhere near the amateur background that Pedraza got. But Comey was still able to go the distance and fight a draw out the situation. So he's just the type of guy that I really can't trust, man. He done been around the block and shit a few times. He done had some opportunities. This Barbosa kid, uh, he in his prime, he young, he hungry. It might be a out with the old, in with the new type situation. You know what I'm saying? And then look, I done already seen him beat a deep amateur background motherfucker. His last fight, he fought this guy named Danielito Zorrilla. I think he from Puerto Rico. He like a Pan American Games bronze medalist and all that kind of shit. You know the kind of stuff I like. And he went out there and lost to this guy Barbosa. Barbosa beat somebody like that. So just looking at all of that put together, I think I got to take Barbosa. What you were thinking about in the fight?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna pick an upset in this fight.
Are you gonna take? I ain't mad at you, man. Shit, you taking the 4.5 over. I think he like a 2.5 or a 2 or I got to go back and check again. But I know they said he got like 70 some fights. He also fought a bunch of smokers, so he felt like that added to his amateur background. But I didn't read about him winning anything though, like national championships or anything like that. So you taking a dude with a much deeper amateur background in the much deeper professional career. I ain't mean to cut you out, but I'm just saying I ain't even mad at you.
Charles D, salute, bro. What's happening? 619 County Factor. Salute, bro. What's up, Dago?
They
Arnold
go in the
Brown, salute,
building.
sis.
My Amazon Angel in the building. What's up with it? Charles D, salute to you.
But I was just basing that on that about both of them really got all that much power, and I don't think this. I think that the experience and what's the name? Pedraza has got hands, man. He able to switch. He able to get you in some tricky situations. And I've been on the street picking these motherfuckers, even though I've been losing lately. But I think probably this one right here be a good one to pick, man. Because Pedraza definitely got the experience. So I might pick Pedraza majority decision. So
I ain't mad at you, but Pedraza really ain't got a lot of power either. But I will say this: top rank definitely want Barbosa to win. I think. You know what I'm saying? Because I think they want him to fight Teofimo Lopez. They've been talking about that shit for a while. So, out of them two fighters, if one of them was to get robbed, I think it would definitely be Pedraza getting robbed. You know what I'm saying? So, if he don't knock him out, I just don't think he's gonna be able to dominate enough to get the victory over the preferred A side fighter, I guess I could say, in Barbosa.
especially if it's close, huh?
If it's gonna be close if he win it, because I just can't see him blowing them out because I don't think Pedraza got that type of power. He only got like 14 knockouts and 29 wins, so he ain't got no power that's like concussive. And if he win this fight, it's gonna be close, and I don't think he gonna leave with a decision. I think he got a draw at best coming if he go out there and just outbox him. I think he'll have to knock him out to guarantee a win, even the opportunity to win.
They show keep a ride with their money fighter. Byron Bradley, salute fam. Welcome if it's your first time. Hey, hold
Salute
me
to
down real
you.
quick, bro. I'll be right back.
I got you. Byron Bradley, salute to you. Gil Cole said bomb guard the majority decision. Navarrete KO. What else we got? Sean D was good with it. Hype said I'm picking Pedraza. Barbosa is only good for talking about T.O. Fighting wise, he is subpar at best. I'm with you on that. I mean, I can't say I'm just with you. I think he's a pretty decent fighter. I just don't think he's nothing special. But I do think he's preferred by the promotional company though. I think they want him to fight Teofimo Lopez. But like I said, man, I already seen him go out there and beat a decorated amateur. I already saw him beat a 4.5, and that was Danielito Zaria. You know what I'm saying? So I think he can go out there and do it again. I'm gonna have to go ahead and ride with my man. I can't even think his fucking name. Barbosa. There you go. Salute to you, Ms. Almond Brown, Amazon Angel. Gil Cole said Barbosa Trey X. Majority decision of KO. I can't really. I got to go back and study up on it a little bit. Pedraza pretty tough. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of 50-50 with it right now because he pretty tough, but he has been stopped before. But look at who stopped him. It was Tank Davis. So I got to go and look at that a little bit, man. I can't give you all my motherfucking picks, brother. And then look, we got 15 fights this weekend, nigga. You know I'm about to make a move. You know I'm about to make a move. All right, I see my man Dr. Soapy wrenched up in blue. You know what I'm saying? Napoleon. Okay, talking to Dago. Now it ain't no long time. Dago been coming over here. He been fucking with the trivia and stuff we've been doing. I got to get that together too. Byron Bradley, what's up with you? Napoleon, okay, talking to Almond Brown. All right, I'm caught up in the chat and shit. So what fights are y'all looking forward to, man, that's coming up? I mean, I already started to study this Tony Harrison versus that boy from Australia. The goddamn I can think of look, I can't think of his name, but I know that his dad had a 259 and 11 amateur record and shit, and he was an Olympic gold medalist fighting for the Soviet Union. Tim Zhu is his name, man. That's the fight that I've been trying to study. It's kind of hard though because both of those fighters are coming off of long layoffs. Tim Zhu, he hasn't fought since March of 2022, and Tony Harrison, he hasn't fought since April of 2022. So I think that's gonna be like a part of the fight that we got to account for. But I definitely do think that Tony Harrison has better skills than Tim Zhu. He got the better amateur background, 75-12, national champion. Tim Zhu ain't got nothing like that. He only got like 40 amateur fights, and he ain't win nothing significant. You know what I'm saying? Tony Harrison coming from Detroit, that's a boxing hotbed, especially when it comes to the development stages of boxing. You know what I'm saying? Some of the best fighters we done had then came from that area. Floyd Mayweather and James Toney type motherfuckers. Floyd Mayweather Sr. say he learned the shoulder roll from Dale Williams from Detroit. That's the background that Tony Harrison is coming from the area. Tony Harrison come from a fighting family. His grandfather was Henry Hank. He was a slick type fighter that I think he fought in the 60s, something like that. But he come from a fighting family. I'm looking at Tony Harrison, but it also might be a situation where it's out with the old and in with the new. Byron Bradley say you have a new subscriber from Dallas, Texas. Great content, man. Definitely appreciate you, brother. I used to live in Dallas too. I stayed in Pleasant Grove and stayed in Garland. Went to high school out there. Went to Skyline. I went to Bryan Adams and I went to Garland. Uh, Dago say Harrison versus Tim is a tough fight because Harrison is the better skill boxer, but Harrison has been knocked out 3 times and Tim hits hard. That's square business. Tim also got that left hook to the body. That's his main weapon. If you can keep him off your liver, you got action at beating him. You know what I'm saying? But one thing about Tony Harrison, he tends to slow down in fights. All 3 of his losses have come by knockout, and I think that all 3 of his losses were attributed to fatigue. Like the first time I saw him lose was against Willie Nelson. I thought he went out there and boxed the shit out of Willie Nelson, and then he got caught with something in the 9th round, and that was all she wrote. So then later on, I saw him fight against Jerry Hurd. So when he fought against Jerry Hurd was the favorite in the fight. He was like a 2-1 favorite. They had Tony Harrison at like plus 150. I had dropped a little bet on the fight. I'm at the poker game talking shit about my bet. And when the fight come on, everybody thinking I'm a genius. Because Tony Harrison is out there boxing the shit out of Jared Hurd. Then all of a sudden he got hit with a right uppercut, got hurt real bad, and he got stopped in 9 rounds. So then the next time he gets stopped was in the rematch against Jamel Charlo. I thought he was out there boxing pretty good in that fight. He wasn't really boxing. He was applying a lot of pressure. He was taking the fight to Charlo, but I thought he was putting up a good fight. And a lot of people felt like he was winning the fight. All of a sudden he get caught with something. I think it was like the 11th round is when he got stopped. And I think a lot of that can be attributed to fatigue, like I just said. So it's kind of hard to break down because he does have great skills, but he tends to break down as the fight goes on. And Tim Tszyu is the type of fighter that can break you down because he got such a dedicated body attack, especially with that left hook to the body. So it might be another one of those situations. Tony Harrison comes out and he's doing very well early in the fight. He boxing this kid up, but the kid is landing some shots from time to time and he going to the body. Next thing you know, we see Tony Harrison slowing down in the second half of the fight, and Tim Tszyu might get him out of there in like round 10 or 11. It could be something like that. Napoleon say, staying out of trouble, trying to get things back to normal around here has been turmoil lately. I think I know a little bit about what you're talking about. Oh, you talking to Army Brown. Let me get out y'all bit. Napoleon said Harrison good as long as he doesn't tire. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, I'm not sure what the official scores were for the rematch with Charlo, but according to my understanding, Harrison has been winning on the cards in every fight that he lost. Like even though he got stopped, he was up on the cards. You know what I'm saying? So that just lets you know he got some good skills, but once he starts slowing down, shit happens, and that's with any fighter. That's why we was talking about. Oh, you back?
Yeah, I'm back. I just want to let you know.
All right. Well, yeah, that's what we were talking about with Tank Davis last fight when he fought against that Hector Garcia. Hector Garcia got tired coming down the stretch, and I felt like that fatigue made a coward out of him. It made him want to quit. You know what I'm saying? So some fighters they get fatigued, and it make a coward out of them. But at the same time, some fighters get fatigued and make a lot of mistakes. Take energy for defense. Like myself, when I'm in the ring, I'm gonna tell you how. Like if you ever see me in the ring, this how you know I'm tired. I start pulling straight back. I basically like my body know that I need to make a defensive move, but I'm so tired that I just do the most basic thing that comes to my mind, just pull straight back. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm tired. So yeah, I can see that. Tony Harrison. Um, Dr. Subby say he shared the video, man. Definitely appreciate that. Talent, welcome to the gym. This your first time. He said, I don't trust Harrison. Chin weak.
Welcome, talent. Yeah, you can't trust him because once he get in them deep waters, you know he's subject to break down, open up gaping holes. Right at the champ in the building.
Salute. I cut fighters a little slack when we talk about their chin being weak, though. I don't see Tony Harrison after getting dropped by people that can't punch. I mean, we are talking about Willie Nelson. If I'm not mistaken, I think he got a decent knockout percentage. We talking about Jared Hurd. Jared Hurd ain't no light puncher. I mean, he got some knockouts now. And we talking about Charlo, Jamel Charlo. A lot of people, I'm pretty sure most people would say Jamel Charlo is one of the hardest punchers pound for pound in boxing. So these are the type of people that's dropping and stopping him. You know what I'm saying? And it took Charlo 11 rounds to do it in a rematch. So you basically can say it took him 23 rounds to stop the man. So
Hey,
it's kind of go
would you
ahead.
say that Tim Zoo power is up there with the Willie Nelsons and the
That's that's
Hurd?
where I was gonna get to. That where I was gonna get to. See, the only thing is, it might be enough evidence that Tim Zoo's maybe not just his power, but his stopping ability is up there with those guys. Cause Tim Zoo, he got a hard left hook to the body, man. I'm telling y'all, if he hits you with that left hook to the body, it's gonna be a problem. And I think he can land that punch on Tony Harrison. Tony Harrison is an orthodox fighter. He can land that left hook to the body on him. It's harder to land the left hook to the body on a southpaw. You know what I'm saying? But when you're going against an orthodox, you can land that motherfucker. So,
Hey, but
what you think?
every now and then that Detroit come out of that boy Harrison, man. He get to feeling himself. You know what I'm saying? I think the same thing you think. I think that if he come in right condition, I think Tony Harrison can walk this boy to a decision. But if he come up to being the same old Tony Harrison, late in the rounds is where he can be ahead. You know what I'm saying, and still get stopped late in the rounds because that's when he 8, 7, 8 round type of shit is where motherfuckers start catching. You know what I mean? It's where he started going down. But shit, Tony Harrison works that jab, man. He got skill. He look real decent. You know what I'm saying in fights, but at times he don't come prepared. He don't come. You know what I'm saying at the same looking the same. I should say. I mean, and that's the Tony Harrison that gets caught in late fights. You know what I mean? Get caught early, get put down. You know what I'm saying? That's the Tony Harrison we don't know we're gonna see.
Yeah, yeah. Only thing is that layoff and shit that we got to think about with Tony Harrison. But it just might be out with the old in with the new. I mean, we did see Tim Zoo beat a guy that had a deep amateur background. He beat Terrell Gaucher. He was 158-16 amateur, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody can fact check me if you want to. But he went out there and beat the guy, but he did have a little trouble early on. He got dropped by the guy and all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But another thing that's a factor to me is how many rounds is this fight? Because I thought I read that they was talking about 10 rounds. And if it's a 10-round fight, I think Harrison might be able to stay focused long enough to fight a decision against this guy and maybe get the nod. But I do think overall, I think boxing wants Tim Zoo to win though. Like if we thinking about following the money and we thinking about down the line matchups and stuff, what does boxing want more? Does boxing want a trilogy fight between Charlo and Harrison, or does boxing want a fight with Tim Zoo? Which one is more attractive?
Tim Zoo.
I think so too. So if it go to a decision, I think Tim Zoo might get the nod because he gonna come forward. He gonna bring a lot of pressure. And you know how them judges be grading that shit. They be rewarding that pressure. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I think I might have to go with Tim Zoo now that I'm sitting up just thinking about everything. I think I gotta go with Tim Zoo, man. Out with the old, in with the new. I think the fight game want that man to win. I'm gonna follow the money.
I'm most likely gonna lock in with you.
Rod is the channel. What's up, my people? Hyphy say my favorite upcoming fights, which are officially happening, are Mauricio versus Lee Wood and Zhang versus Joyce. I ain't know Zhang and Joyce was gonna get down. I ain't know about that one. That's a good one right there. Both of them got them deep amateur backgrounds and shit. Both of them like 4.5s and 5s. I know we don't think about that shit with Joe Joyce, but Joe Joyce, go look at all the motherfucking medals and shit he got. And look at the people he was beating. See, Joe Joyce is a motherfucking killer, man. I always liked the Juggernaut. Even when people didn't like him and they were talking shit about him, I always said I like the Juggernaut. But that's a hell of a fight though, man. You got the Southpaw going against Orthodox. Both of them are up in age, and now one of them slow. I'm gonna tell you though, I gotta take Joe Joyce. It just hit me because Zhang is the type of guy that slow down after about 4-5 rounds. His gas tank is terrible. One thing about Joe Joyce is he got a hell of a gas tank. He gonna keep coming, keep coming, keep coming, keep coming. Zhang just met his match. Joe Joyce about to go out there and whoop Zhang, man. It's gonna be interesting early. Zhang gonna hit him with some hard punches, man. Some nuclear bomb punches. And we gonna see if the Juggernaut's chin is really worthy of being called the Juggernaut. But after 4-5 rounds, if he don't knock Joe Joyce out, he got hell on his hands for the rest of that fight. Joe Joyce will walk him down and put hands on him and probably stop him. What you think about that fight, bro? The Zali Zhang versus Joe Joyce. Zhang is the guy that fought against Filip Ergovic in his last fight, and a lot of people felt like he actually beat Ergovic on the zone.
Shit. And he tall, ain't he a big dude?
He a big motherfucker, big Chinese guy.
Yeah. I think I know who he is. Yeah, I think I had to ride with the Juggernaut too. I think he's gonna jab his way in. I think the jab gonna hurt. I think he might even stop him, you know what I'm saying, early if he catch him. But we really gonna see his chin get tested because this motherfucker long. This motherfucker strong. But he do wear down. Yeah, I think I have to pick Joyce by knockout. Somewhere in the 7, 8, maybe even 6.
I can see it because after about 4 rounds, man, like if you go back and look at Zhang against Jared Forrest, for example, that fight ended up being a draw, and he dropped Jared Forrest like 3 times in that fight. And the fight still ended up being a draw because he slowed down and he let Jared Forrest get back into the fight. He had a pretty good start against Ergovic, and he slowed down in that fight. You know what I'm saying? He might have stopped Ergovic if he would have had a good gas tank. So I got to put my money on the gas tank from Joe Joyce. A great gas tank for a big man. Talent say what's up to the brother. Salute to you. Winston Lee said Tim is going to need to apply pressure and gas out Harrison. That's what he gonna do. That's really the only way you know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? He ain't really got a bunch of tricks, man. All he can do is try to get on the inside and go to the body with the hook. Dr. Silver say salute to the chat. Winston Lee say USA versus Australia. Absolutely. I think that's what they would be interested in. When it comes to that Mauricio Laura versus Lee Wood fight, man, them Mexicans just been giving UK fighters so much hell. I don't think that I can abandon them. I'm riding with the Mexicans, man. I'm sorry, man. If you from the UK, I apologize. But the Mexicans been getting on y'all ass, man. A matter of fact, a Mexican just helped me win second place in the Champ Ross. I can't think of my man's name. I'm talking about the dude that stopped that went out there and beat the boy from Stockton. He I think a 7-time national champion, over 100 amateur fights. He ain't got that many knockouts. He ain't got no power, but he talk a lot of shit. He from Stockton, California. He went out there and fought this Mexican. I can't think of his name, but he went over there across seas and he went over there and beat Josh Warrington and went over there and won that shit for his boy Trey X, man. Hey, Mexico been giving them hell. I'm going to ride the wave. Shit, I'm riding with Mauricio Laura, and he very tough. Nice left hook to the body. Lee Wood is tough too. Now, don't get me wrong. I already know. I understand the fight that he had against Conlon. I think Conlon was winning the fight though, even though I know he got stopped and knocked out the ring, but I thought he was winning the fight. But Lee Wood is very tough, man. He gonna come fight, but I gotta go with Mauricio Laura, man. I'm sorry. What you think about that fight, bro?
Man, I'm not even familiar with neither one of them dudes. I probably know who Wood is, but I gotta look him up.
Yeah, Lee Wood. He might. He was probably involved in the fight of the year last year. He fought Michael Conlon. Michael Conlon, that kid that come from Ireland, I think. He was an Olympian. He won bronze medal in the Olympics, and he fought in the AIBAs and all kind of shit. Very decorated guy. He a switch hitter though. You know we don't like that. He had a 248-14 amateur record. Very good fighter. I was really high on him. He fought this guy Lee Wood, and he got out to a good start on Lee Wood. He hit him with a looping left hand, and he dropped him and everything. But then Lee Wood got back into the fight, made it a little bit more competitive. But coming down the stretch, Conlon got tired and got knocked completely out the fucking ring. This dude Lee Wood is very tough. He gonna come fight. You know what I'm saying? But Mauricio Lara, I think they call him Bronco or some shit like that, man. But he very tough, man. He he got 2 wins over, who was that? He beat, was is it 2 wins? Now he fought Josh Warrington twice, but I think one of them was a no contest. He beat him the first time, and the second time was like a no contest. But he tough though, man. He, like I said, he might not even be Mexican. Let me make sure he's Mexican first before I get to saying all that shit. Yeah, he might not even be from Mexico, but I think he is.
Might be Argentinian or something.
Yeah, some shit like that. But I think he's Mexican though, man. And Mexico been giving them folks hell. Yes, I'm gonna ride the way. What other fights we got coming up this weekend, bro? We got on the schedule. Dr. Soapy said, I'm listening. Appreciate you coming through, bro, all day. Square business. We're gonna call this Navarrete fight this weekend. If that shit is on regular ESPN, we're gonna call the fight. Call the frog got a well in this motherfucker. They got some prospects and stuff fighting this weekend too.
We got Andres Cortez versus Luis Melendez.
That's a good one right there. Melendez, he a pretty good fighter. He got a decent amateur background and shit. They had put him off in there with the dude Eduardo Ramirez, and they had Ramirez as a 5-1 favorite, right? I took Luis Melendez, and I felt like I got robbed in that fight. I thought he beat that Eduardo Ramirez guy, but that's a good fight though.
We also got Xavier Martinez versus Johan Vasquez.
Xavier Martinez is a pretty good fighter. If I'm not mistaken, that's the guy that fought against Robson Conceição and took his first loss. He got like some raccoon dark spots around his eyes and shit for some reason. But he a pretty good fighter, pretty tough fighter. You know what I'm saying? What you say the name of his opponent was?
Vasquez, Johan.
I think he a Cuban or something, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta get off into the fights, but that sounds like that might be a good fight. What's the dude record?
25-3 with 20 KO.
25. Yeah, I don't think I know who he is. Then I gotta go check it out.
Yeah.
Xavier Martinez is quality though.
Yeah, I'm familiar with him. Then we got Sergio Yuri Akui versus Jason Beisan. You familiar with him?
Yeah, I don't recognize them names.
I know he's Alberto by Tiger Zeville. I'm fucking this dude name up. Versus Jezreel Corrales.
What's the first dude name?
Albert Batyr
Gaziev.
Yeah,
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's gonna
he's
win.
7-0 with 5 knockouts.
Yeah, that's gonna win. He got deep amateur background, so that's gonna be one of the best fights of the weekend, probably. Jezreel Gonzalez, Southpaw guy, got. I think he I might be getting him mixed up with somebody, but I know he got a little amateur background. I want to say that he was a Pan American Games silver medalist, but I might got him mixed up with this other guy. But that's gonna be a good fight. Jezreel Corrales is a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? They gonna it's gonna be a little bit of chess in the ring that for that fight.
Yeah, the Corrales is 26-4. Got a little bit of fights up on his belt versus a guy that's 7-0.
Yeah, that's gonna be a good one. Might be an upset too.
We got Timo Schwarzkopf who 21-5 with 13 KOs versus Miguel Vasquez, who 44-11 with 17 KOs. No power.
Okay, yeah, that ain't ringing the bell to me. Ain't gonna even cap. How if
Alton,
you say Richardson Hitchens fight this weekend? Yeah, I had seen that shit.
yeah, he on there. Alton Zogaj versus uh, Armenic Hovensinian, however you pronounce it. God,
Yeah, I know what you talking about. I don't know how you pronounce that shit, but that sounds like that might be a decent one.
he only got 5 KOs out of 16 fights.
Yeah.
His opponent got 6 KOs out of 10 fights.
Yeah. We got
Then
a
we
little bit
got
of action.
Murad Ali versus Ali Kidding, another heavyweight fight.
Let me see real quick. Okay, yeah, I don't even know why I ain't just go look at the shit. Yeah, I don't know who that is. I gotta go look up a lot of these motherfuckers.
Jose Rosa versus Deir Castillo.
Yeah.
That Rosa Cat rings bell to you? We call
Nope.
it.
Nope, we don't.
You don't sound familiar to me neither. And then we got Amanda Serrano versus Erica Cruz.
Yeah, I gotta go check out Erica Cruz.
She 15-1 with 3 KO. Then we got the Richardson versus John Bowser. He's 17. Bowser is 17-0 with 7 KO. Richardson
Yeah.
15-0 with 7 KO.
He probably fought 17 cab driver.
Mm-hmm. They fight on the zone. Another Alicia Baumgartner versus Ellen Makalik,
Yeah.
whatever. She got three. She 15-1 with 3 KO. Baumgartner opponent,
Yeah.
the limb.
They fighting for a bunch of motherfucking belts.
Mm-hmm. Sky
5
Nelson
belts.
5-0 with 0 KO versus Tanya Alvarez 7-0 with 1 KO.
Yeah.
And then we got Shadazia Green versus Clean Corderoos.
Yeah, that's Shadeja Green versus Ellen Sederus. Shadeja Green, she a deep amateur background motherfucker. She won a silver at the AIBA World Championships. They got a championship fight on YouTube. I watched the fight. She let the girl go out there and take the shit from her. She was more talented than the Chinese girl, but she went out there and let the damn girl take it from her. So that was disappointing, but she a good fighter though. She a hell of a fighter. She going against Ellen Sederus. Sederus is the woman that fought against um damn, what's that woman name? She a undisputed Franchon Cruz. She fought Franchon Cruz in her last fight. They had Sederus as the favorite over Franchon Cruz. I ain't gonna even lie though. I got to keep it real. Everybody picked Franchon Cruz except for my dumb ass. I picked Sederus because I used the eye test and I looked at it and I was like, well, damn, she is kind of tall, kind of rangy. She got a little jab and all this kind of shit. I knew I should have went with the amateur background and went with Franchon Cruz. Franchon Cruz went out there and beat the shit out this woman. I'm talking about had her bleeding all over the place, had her raggedy. She kept on hitting her with the overhand right. And then her coach, what's my man, uh, Hunter, Barry Hunter. He out there coaching his ass off. Man, he becoming one of my favorite coaches. Not necessarily for the skills that I see, but like for what he says in between rounds. He a motivational motherfucker. If you look at that fight that he had with Neho, when he fought against um what's the name of that boy that Shakur Stevenson fought, and Shakur Stevenson was going with his sister.
Was it Joey Gonzalez?
When Joey Gonzalez, when he fought against Neho,
Oh, Mike just went out.
Yeah, I know. I had got a call and shit. I had to reject that shit. But yeah, when that whole what's his name? What's that whole name, bro?
Dogbo.
Isaac Dalbo. When Dalbo fought against Joey Gonzalez, that motherfucker Barry Hunter got his paper. You understand me? I'm talking about he coached the shit out that man. Without Barry Hunter, I don't think he wins that fight. He did an outstanding job. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's what he did for Franchon Cruz too in that Setarus fight. Yeah, so Setarus, she ain't got no amateur background. She come from soccer. She ain't got nothing. Shadeja Green gonna go out there and beat the brakes off of
MZ, appreciate that membership, bro. MZ in the
her.
building.
Pecos Bill in the building. What's up, OG? What's going
Derek,
down?
bro.
Hey, I think he dropped that membership, so I might take it easy on him because he came in here at the bottom on that Champ Ross again. Hey, it's all good, OG. I'm in the middle right now, nigga. When I when I get to the top 10, nigga.
Hey,
Yeah.
Brown came in with some eyes when you said you got a phone call, nigga.
Oh. Yeah, OG, man. We gotta tighten up on that Champ Ross, man. Ms. Almond Brown said, please like the video if you haven't. Definitely would appreciate that. Pecos Bill said, what's up there, everybody? And Pecos Bill is Musically Zone Talks Boxing, if you don't know. Derek Bailey in the building. What's up, OG? I think he number what is Derek Bailey? I think he like number 2 on the Champ Ross right now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to throw some ice on your motherfucking ass and cool you down. Yeah, I think you like 40 something points in front of me. I gotta come get you, OG. I hate to do it, but I gotta come get you. Hyphy say, yeah, Dogbar versus Joette. You know I'm bad with the names and shit, man. I probably always be like that. Pecos Bill say salute to everybody. Eric R in the building. What's up, bro? Salute to you.
I ain't being messy since I'm just messing around.
Pecos Bill talking about who? Nigga, I'm talking about that Al, nigga. You. I think what place was he in this week? 60. I know you was down there pretty good, OG.
Eric R, salute, bro.
You was down there pretty good, OG. We gotta tighten up now. Uh Eric R said this is shadow band, brother. Okay, talking to MZ. Yeah, I see Auburn Brown talking about you being messy. Talking about my little old phone call that I had to reject. Everybody talking to each other and shit. All right, that's what's up. Shit, what else we got going on, man?
Shit, ain't nothing much, man. You see the motherfucking Eagles and KC gonna be in the Super Bowl, huh?
Damn, I hate you brought that shit up. The motherfucking hoe ass Eagles going to the Super Bowl. But look, I do like I like the quarterback though. Yeah, he just Jalen Hurts. I like that motherfucker, man. He just seemed like a killer to me, like a warrior. Like he just gonna go out there and go to war. You know what I'm saying? Like he ain't gonna cry, he ain't gonna complain. Like think about it, he was in the my bad. Listen, he was in the championship game, and he got pulled from that motherfucker for Tua. That man ain't complain. He ain't over there pouting or none of that. He over there trying to encourage his teammates. They just show you what type of dude he is. So boom, he leave there, go to Oklahoma. He down there with that Lincoln Riley, I think. The motherfuckers over there making magic happen down there. Then boom, he go to the league. He come in, he get his opportunity, but he kind of struggling a little bit with the passing game. Got good legs, but he ain't passing worth a fuck. That man got in the lab, tightened his game up, came back this season, and is in the fucking Super Bowl. And I gotta give respect to his team for the way they drafted. When they got in the draft and I looked at that shit, I said, oh, they gonna win the NFC East. I didn't think they were gonna win the Super Bowl, but I thought they were gonna win the East though.
They got that big boy from Georgia. What defensive tackle, I think.
Man, they got a bunch of killers out there, man. That team is deep as fuck on both sides of the ball. You know what I'm saying? And then look, with the numbers, they got a slight edge over fucking Kansas City.
And shit, they quarterback hurt like a motherfucker. He gonna
Yeah,
have a
yeah.
lot of disadvantages in that game. He ain't gonna be as mobile going against you know what I'm saying, a fast, quick defense like the Eagles. I think he's gonna have trouble, man. I think the Eagles gonna probably win the Super Bowl, man.
I think so too, man. And then look how they coming into the game. Kansas City kind of backed into the game. Like he scrambled and then he got hit on with some late hit shit
Mm-hmm.
and got them 15 yards and that got him a 45-yard field goal. If he don't get that 15 yards, nigga, you got to kick a 60.
Yeah,
So they kind of backed into the Super Bowl. But look how the Eagles going into the Super Bowl. 31-7. Nigga, they coming in hot. Like, man, I gotta go with them bitch ass Eagles, man. I hate to do it, but I got to go with them Eagles, man.
man. Hey, you see that the 49ers, man. You see your old boy slam that dude, big number 71.
I don't remember.
Oh man, he grabbed the motherfucker by the back of his jersey and pulled him down. That motherfucker went down so quick and hard. That shit was crazy. It was like a little brawl.
Yeah. I gotta say though, the Eagles did get kind of lucky with the quarterback getting hurt. That's part of the game though, so it is what it is. But I do think the 49ers would have gave him a much better run if he didn't get hurt. Cause you know what they had out there was raggedy. They had that motherfucker. I can't even think of his name. He done been all over the place though. He
Who?
can't quarterback worth a
You
fuck
talking
for
about
the
after
40.
number 13 went down? After 13 went down?
After Brock Purdy went down, they had the brother come in and he was trash. He a lifelong backup. He was like the third string. And he was really less than that, because think about it. At first, they had Trey Lance. Then they had Jimmy Garoppolo. Then they had Brock Purdy. Then they had this nigga. That's four quarterbacks. This nigga was a fourth string quarterback. And then he get hurt. After he got hurt, I can't remember what they did. I think they just started running that bitch like Wildcat type shit
Yeah,
with Christian McCaffrey.
they was out
But
of quarterback.
yeah, that's so them not having a quarterback, I think that aided Philadelphia in beating them. But shit, it ain't Philly fault though. I mean, you know, they beat who you put in front of them.
Hell yeah. Oh, Derek Bailey seen that shit. He said, hell yeah, slammed him. Slammed the shizzit out of him. Man, I'm telling you, that shit was weak. I'm talking about, oh boy grabbed the back of his jersey, bro, like he didn't even know. Like he was just frustrated. Big old lineman, number 71. No, he got a penalty for that shit.
I must have stepped away or something. I gotta go check out a replay or something.
Man, slung that boy like a rag dog.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Look at
Like, this shit crazy.
look at Pecos Bill talking about he moved up a little bit on the Chow Ross. That nigga said he went from number 65 to number 64. Hey, we gotta do a little bit better than that, OG. At least be in the middle of the pack. Get in
Man,
the 30s.
I started off bad, man. I ain't even gonna cap. I got a couple of. I'm on the decision. I got a couple of decisions right. I got knockouts right, but not the right round. I'm just on a bad start, man. Bad couple of weeks.
Y'all notice I don't really bother Marlo with his Chow Ross results. Because if it wasn't for Marlo, I wouldn't even be on YouTube. So I just let him do what he do. But y'all other niggas, y'all niggas gotta tighten up, goddamn me. That's real shit, hell. I was fucking with Mark niggas. I wouldn't even if it wasn't for Marlo, I wouldn't even be on YouTube because I'm not gonna continuously fuck with no Mark niggas once I see they Mark niggas. But I was fucking with Mark niggas. And I was really kind of disgruntled a little bit because like they would never let me talk. And I'm sitting up there like, damn nigga, I'm probably colder than all these niggas. And I can't talk. You know what I'm saying? And then you were like, man, let's fucking nigga, let's do a live stream. And shit, nigga, we been kicking it ever since. So shout out to my nigga Marlo. That nigga can be number 69 in that bitch. I don't give a fuck, nigga. That's, you know what I'm saying? That's my nigga.
I
But
ain't going that far, nigga. I stay in the middle of the pack somewhere.
yeah. Yeah, for a bit, I wouldn't even be on
I be
YouTube.
taking my chances, man. I don't got time to be looking at no film. Most I can do now and then on my prison is go look at box rec and see if motherfucker following the Americans.
Yeah, that looking at film fucked me up. Like looking at film, I'm gonna pick that's gonna mess my picks up. I do way better reading about the fighters, like where they been and what they been accomplished and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Let
That's
me
how I
just,
be fighting Americans. Let me know you got some hands. You beat them, or you even been in there with them.
yeah. That's square business. If you ain't fought in America, you ain't fought nowhere. Eric Carr laughing, talking about, yeah, say my motherfucking name. Who is this man? You talking about them bitch ass Sheagles? Yeah, y'all niggas got lucky and got Jalen Hurts and shit, man. We went out, we got Prescott. That
They call
motherfucker,
them seagulls.
you know, my way ass Sheagles, man. Them Seagulls, whatever you want to call them, Beagles, Regals, I don't give a fuck. But yeah, man, we got Dak Prescott, man. Hey, I remember Dak Prescott when he was at Mississippi State. I bet on Mississippi State a few times back in the day. I remember this shit vividly. This man was like a Tebow type quarterback to me. He was not in college slanging that ball, y'all. Prescott was running that motherfucker, and he would throw a little bit. So when he came to the NFL throwing the ball, I was just like, man, where did this shit come from? Because I did not see that in college. I saw a dude doing a bunch of running, Tebow looking shit, and he is what I thought he was, man. This man, he just ain't no bad motherfucker to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna tell you, even with Dak Prescott when he first started, he was doing good. I didn't like the look on his face. Like they'll show a close up of his face when he's scrambling, and he'll have this look on his face like he's scared as a motherfucker. I just couldn't stand that shit. Hey man, I like a killer, man. You know what I'm saying? We got to go kill and destroy. But Jalen Hurts a killer though, man. Yeah, them Eagles, y'all went and got a good one in Hurts, man. I got to give y'all that. Eric Carr said, "Tell Andy they better bring about 3 or 4 extra quarterbacks. We hungry." I think y'all already got the edge over them though. Even if Mahomes is healthy, I think y'all got the edge over them. You know what I'm saying? To be and when I say healthy, I mean healthy enough to play. I ain't saying like 100%. But if he able to play the whole game and be reasonably effective, I still don't think he got enough. Just looking at their team, like look at all them weapons and shit they got on Philly on offense. Like man, I just can't see it. I got to take the
Hey,
Eagle.
if he was healthy 100%, I think it'd be way better chance, a way better game. But I mean, you got a healthy team in the Eagles versus a team that their main piece is not as healthy, and then they don't look like they trust in the backup. So they don't trust the backup. Y'all, you know what that means. So I just think, I don't think they're gonna get past it, man. These guys clicking on all cylinders: defense, the run game, the passing game, everything going. And oh boy, Hurts is motherfucking mobile himself.
This is my thing though. Besides Kelsey, I don't think those receivers for Kansas City can start for Philly. Like if you take them receivers from Kansas City and you take them to Philly, I don't think they'll start. I think they'll be on the bench because Philly got some receivers like a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? They got that boy out of Alabama. They got that other motherfucker. I think he the ex. What's his name? He kind of AJ Brown or some shit like that. Man, they got weapons out there, man. I just think they got the more talented roster. I think if you took them niggas in Philly and took them to Kansas City, I think they'll start. What's the name of the other one that come from Alabama? The little receiver, but he played big though. I think he won the championship with Alabama too.
When y'all know their name,
I can't even think of the dude's name. And the receiver from Alabama, he ain't that big. He a small guy, but he played big though. He was like a first round draft pick. Shit, I can't think of his name, man. But they got some killers over there though. Eric Carr said we took over the chat. Y'all ain't took over shit. Eric
hey,
Carr said, yeah,
you talking about Allen, Devin Allen,
I can't think of the dude's name. That's what they said in the chat or something.
Britton, Britton Covey.
Devontae Smith. Yeah, Devontae Smith. That's the one that come from Alabama. Yeah, they got weapons out there, bro.
I
I
just
gotta
looked,
go with them.
I just looked at their roster. Cleveland.
And then Hurst got legs and shit. He can scramble and all that. Defense is a top 10 defense. If you look at the efficiency margins, they lead in that category. For me, that's the most important stat in all of football.
Oh, you talking
Uh,
about number 6?
yeah, I think that's his number.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in football, the most important thing to me is efficiency margin, and Philly is ahead of them in that category. So I got to go with Philly, man. And in football, we bet football this season. I went 84, 40, and 1. So I know a little bit about this football shit. We made a little change on football. Uh, Napoleon said it's a long season. I was walking down my week. Say, oh yeah, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. And you remember that too, OG. I hope you ain't over there getting mad at me. Uh, it ain't how you start, it's how you finish. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to motivate you. Ms. Almond Brown said, yeah, Marlo, let you talk. Shout out to bro. Oh, okay. I did what you saying. You saying, yeah, Marlo let you talk though. Yeah, already. Yeah. Yeah, he let me talk.
Hey,
Eh,
I know Joe Brown talking shit. The Eagles in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he was talking shit, man. I had to avoid him for about 3 hours before I went in there and faced the music. I saw him when he was reaching out to me too. My phone going off. Joseph Brown, where y'all at? Gil Cole, Trey X, what them 49ers is? Oh, this nigga here, man. I said, let me let this shit cool down for a little while. And then I'll go in there and talk to this nigga. For real. Eric Carr said, I need the middle of the pack. Them my minions. I don't know what you mean by that. Derek Bailey said, we stuck with Dak too. Yeah, we stuck with Dak, man. Overpaid him and all that kind of shit.
Man, that motherfucker trash. That,
Eric Carr talking about Dak ass caught.
that motherfucker was in a position where he gave the game away. It wasn't nothing. He can't blame it on nobody else. 2 interceptions. Nigga gave the game away.
In the red zone, too. That's what be
Yes.
making me mad. Like, you know what? I ain't even mad at a gunslinger. If you a gunslinger and you going out there slinging that bitch and you getting touchdowns, but you throw interceptions too, I ain't really tripping. But you can't do it in the red zone though. That's just too much of a back-breaking play. It flips the momentum. You know what I'm saying? All kind of bad shit happens when you turn it over in the red zone. And that's what got me fucked up about Dak Prescott, man. Um, Pecos Bill said, shit, I'm walking everybody down in the Chant Ross. Shit, walk them down then, man. Ms. Almond Brown said Tebow won the championship. He did win the championship for Florida. Matter of fact, I won money on that game because he played Ohio State when Ohio State had Troy Smith. Everybody and their mama talking about Ohio State was gonna go out there and win that game because they scored so many points. And shit, I rolled with them Gators. I rolled with the SEC. You know what I'm talking about? I did the same thing when Ohio State played LSU. Shit, I think that was LSU, unless I'm tripping. But yeah, man, I'm riding with the SEC. See, they gonna play defense and they coming to hit something. You know what I'm saying? Napoleon said, "What y'all expect? Mama named this nigga Dak." Yeah, man, this motherfucker Dak Prescott, man. Fagos Bill said, "Trey's bringing up old stuff though." Well, show me something new, then OG. The new week we got coming up. Show me something. I see y'all. AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins. Dito said, I think Smith won the Heisman. It seemed like he did win the Heisman. That shit crossed my mind when I was talking, but it didn't seem like I was clear on that shit. You know what I'm saying? But by you saying that, yeah, I think he did win the Heisman. Ms. Almond Brown said, oh, he behind. Yeah, he behind. Pecos Bill said, yeah, he behind. Yeah, he behind. OG. Pecos Bill said, everyone in Champ Ross. I'm putting cases on everyone. King Kong ain't got shit on me. All right, OG, man, show us something. I hate to say it, man, but if you just make it in the top 30 this week, nigga, I'll be impressed. Just, just give me the top 30.
Because he said he ain't playing.
Yeah, the man got him a pedigree scale and everything. He said he gonna look on the scale, he gonna make his picks, and he was gonna come with something. This man have been at the very bottom 2 weeks in a row. And maybe not the very, very bottom, but like 3-4 spots away from the very bottom. No more than 4 spots. Eric Carr said, damn, top 30. Yeah, I'd be impressed if he get top 30. Because he's been top 60 so far. Well, fuck it. If he get top 50, I'll be moderately impressed. At least you beat some people. Pecos Bill said, nope, not the very bottom. I'm about to go see right now. We ain't gonna even speculate. I'm about to go look and see what your official place is. Last week. Oh, you got some company down there. Moody Trayweather down there. Gil Cole's down there. D-Lo way down there. MZ Talk Boxing. He tied for 51. He wasn't lying. Hell, MZ actually beat a few niggas. Look at Winston Lee down there, 55 points. Okay, so look, Pecos Bill, he had 65. He tied with D-Lo. They beat Gil Coles. Gil Coles had 60. Moody Trayweather had 60. Winston Lee had 55. Yeah, so yeah, MZ wasn't lying. He wasn't at the very bottom. Shit, MZ beat a few niggas. But on the official standings, though, MZ is ranked number 62 out of 65 people. We got to tighten that up. He got 120 points. He already 100 points away from first. But yeah, MZ beat a few niggas last week. Let me make sure he ain't in front of nobody on the official standing. He beat Winston Lee on the official standings. MZ is number 62 and Winston Lee number 64. Yeah, we might need to direct some of this shit towards Winston Lee. We need you to tighten up, sir.
Toby Barnett, salute, fam.
Toby Bartlett, what's up, man? Hey, man, throw Toby Bartlett a wrench, bro. Toby Bartlett, I fuck with Toby Bartlett, but you need to win you a championship, Toby Bartlett. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to be a perennial all-star in that fucking Champ Ross. It's your time to win you a championship. All the players, we don't want us one. You got to win you one. Square business. But I fuck with Toby Bartlett, though. He cold on the Champ Ross. He an all-star, perennial. Pecos Bill said, shit, it's 4 quarters. I got you. D-Lo said 1 spot from the bottom. I just want to see MZ's point higher than his place. Yeah. D-Lo said week 1. Pecos Bill said it's 4 quarters to the season. Absolutely. That's square business. Toby Bartlett, what up? Trey X Marlo in the chat. Salute to you. D-Lo said, Trey X, what you have, about 70? I had about 75. Let me see what place I was in. I'm struggling in the Champ Ross. I'm 31 overall, but it's only been 2 weeks, though. I started out like that last season and went all the way to second place. You know what I'm saying? So you can't read my shit too much, but to be fair, I will put the spotlight on myself. And let me see what I done. Hold on. Look, when it's time for me, all of a sudden I can't find the list and shit. I had 75 points. I was number 37. Me and Marlo was tied up. Yeah, me and Marlo was riding shotgun last week. And overall, I'm number 31. I got 177 points. First place is got 225, so I'm 48 points away from first place. So we got work to do. We're gonna come back with something though. It's like, man, don't be putting me on blast like that, bro. I done already won the championship, brother. I'm already solidified. I got a championship and I got a second place finish. Winston Lee said, yeah, I had a fucked up week. Shit happens. Yeah, shit happens. You know what I'm saying? You got to come back with something. Hyphy say, love this channel because it's not a rumor scene channel now. We ain't on no rumors and shit, man. Hey, if y'all got some other official fights that y'all want to talk about, man, let's talk about some fights. We ain't doing no tripping. You know what I'm saying? We just talk about whatever. D-Lo said, yeah, I gambled a little bit on yard. Yeah, that's a hell of a gamble. You took a man with 12 amateur fights over somebody with 400, 395 and 5 and a bona fide 5. This man took a 0.5 over a bona fide 5. You know better than that, D-Lo. You know better than that shit, bro. Winston Lee said, I'll get it right. Yeah, go ahead and tighten up, bro. You got to represent the corner, man. We can't be over there getting our ass kicked all over the place. Toby Barley said, thanks for the wrench. Oh, no problem on the wrench. But I need you to get you a first place finish. Fagos Bill said it's the point of how they going to win that I got to figure out. Split decision, majority decision. The scale don't tell me that part. Yeah, I guess that is true. You just gonna have to get in there and figure it out, OG. That's all it is to it. D-Lo said, yeah, we all need to have a good showing this week. Oh, yeah, absolutely. I need a good showing. But look, we got enough fights. We got the volume, y'all. We got 15 fights this week. So we got plenty of room to make up some ground. You know what I'm saying? So y'all don't even worry about it. If y'all want to make a move, let's make a move. D-Lo said, I didn't want MZ down there by lonesome. Okay, you just want the ride shotgun. Yeah. Derek Betty said, isn't Sean Ross making a belt for the title this season? He is making a belt for the title this season. Yep, he told me that. I think he's going to still pay first place the money, but he also going to have a championship belt, I think. Or it might just be a championship belt. I don't know, but I want the championship belt, though. Most definitely. Toby Barley said, I got 92. I missed a couple by one round. I was gutted. Let me see where you at officially on this shit. Toby Barley he was in 5th place last week. Where you at in the whole thing? Let me see, Toby Barley. See, you look like you down there with me somewhere out there. Where you at, boy? I don't see no T's. I think where the fuck this nigga Toby Barley at, man? I know you ain't way down there. I guess I need some glasses in this motherfucker song because I don't see it, brother. Oh, there you are. You number 26. Oh, hell, you 5 points in front of me. Oh, I'm about to kick your ass myself. Even though you just had a good week and got 5th place, you still about to fall to Trey X. You had 2 weeks to get out there and get you a good lead, and all you could do is get ahead of me by 5 points. You got to know better than that, man. You got to know better than that, bro. That was your time to take off. Yeah, I'm about to whip your ass myself. You won't be getting first place this season. Not this season. D-Lo said he was on that ass. Hold on, my shit started tripping. D-Lo said he was on that ass in round 5, which is the round I picked. Y'all was knocking the Sonic coins out that motherfucking round 1. Yeah, I thought he fought a good fight. I gave y'all a lot of props for that fight, but I thought this was my prediction because I heard a lot of people saying that he was gonna get stopped in like 1 or 2 or 3 rounds, and I was like, man, I think he gonna fight back and he gonna have a better account of himself than most people anticipating. But I didn't think he was gonna win. I picked knockout in 10. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I can't pick him to win though, bro. I think that was a bad pick, brother. I know you like to gamble, but I think that was a bad pick. Pecos Bill said, even I know not to tell y'all. Yeah, look at that shit. Pecos Bill talking about that's my belt. See, look, this belt means something. This belt right here, that's the championship belt that Chan Ross about to give out. This belt mean more than them belts in boxing because you got to beat somebody to win this belt. You know what I'm saying? We got some killers in the Chan Ross. It ain't easy to win first place. So if you win first place, man, it means something. Where I'm at. D-Lo said, MZ, I'm tired of you getting in this motherfucker talking like you picking all the right winners. But just missing on the method of victory. Hey, if he getting all the winners, but he just missing on the method, why he ain't been getting a bonus? Chan Ross give you a bonus if you pick all the winners. That's because me and D-Lo, we had a week where both of us, we picked every winner, but we was getting 5 points instead of 10. Took that shit to Chan Ross, and Chan Ross said, okay, I'm going to make that a bonus. If that man been picking like that, he should have been got him a few bonuses. He ain't got now. Eric R said, Beterbiev messed me up. I wanted the top 5 finish. D-Lo said, round 5, not 1. Okay, he had a good round one. He did. He had a good round one. I thought he looked real jittery though, bro. He looked like he was nervous as a motherfucker. He was out there shucking and jiving. Not shucking and jiving, but it just looked like he was just shaking. Like he was shaking in his boots almost. He looked like he was afraid of the man. That's the only thing I didn't like. He just looked like he was scared of the dude. Ms. Alvin Brown flexing on him, boy. Y'all subscribe to her channel. She say, please like the video. Definitely would appreciate that. Subscribe to D-Lo 404 Boxing if you have not subscribed to him. Been dropping content. Faco's Bill too. Do live streams on Tuesday. Definitely would appreciate that. That's MZ Talk Boxing. He said, I think I picked KO in 10 over Yard. Yeah, we had the same pick then. Shit, we were locked in. D-Lo said they are always a bad pick when it goes the other way. But yes, it was a bad pick, especially for the league. Yeah, I think that was a bad pick for the league, man. I wouldn't even want to bet on that shit and take them odds, man. You can have that shit. I am not picking Yard over Beterbiev. There's never in a million years am I doing that shit. Yard 12-0 with like 11 knockouts. Beterbiev was 295-5. And he basically only lost to two guys. He lost to Alexander Usyk. He lost to him like twice, maybe three. No, I think he lost to him twice. And then there's this other guy. I can't think of his name. He an Eastern European. He a southpaw. He fought against Matthew Bodalik, and Bodalik beat him. But that guy, he beat Beterbiev like 3 times in the amateurs. So basically, Beterbiev in his whole life, he's only lost to 2 men. You know what I'm saying? He lost to 2 southpaws. He lost to Usyk, and he lost to that southpaw that lost to Matthew Bodalik. I can't think of what his name is, though. D-Lo said, and we didn't even finish in the top 10 that week with the perfect parlay. Yeah, we didn't finish in the top 10 because we kept getting 5s instead of 10s. Pecos Bill said, look at here. Y'all looking too close at what's going on with my picks. Hey, man, I done put everybody on blast. Where's Napoleon at? Let's see what Napoleon got going on in the chat route. Where is Napoleon? I think he had a good week last week. Napoleon Armstrong. That motherfucker donated a nice little donation to Champ Ross last season. I tried to go get that money, but I snatched a little patch out their ass. I got a little $150-something last season because I got 100 for second. Me and MARLO'S split 60, so I got 30 for that. And I won first place. They paid 25 early in the season, so I take my 155. Napoleon, he was tied for 16 last week, so he had a right little week. He had 85 points. I think that's pretty good because look, we had 10 fights and we had 3 voids. So that means we only had 7 fights that we could pick from. If he got 85 points, he basically got 80% of the remaining picks because you get 10, 10, 10 for the void, so that's 30 points. And then out of the 70 remaining points, he got 55 of them. So that's like right below 80% picking. So I would say that's a pretty good week. Overall, Napoleon Armstrong, where you at? Where you at? You might be down there with me. He is down there with me. He number 32, 175. You had your chance, man. I'm going to have to take care of you too, brother. My boy Yasser, I know he going to listen to the live stream tomorrow. He in front of me. He at number 26. He tied up with Toby Bartlett. This is his first season in the Champ Ross. I'm going to have to take care of him too. That's my boy, though. Yeah, I'm going to have to show you something, Napoleon. Pagos Bill, okay, I read that. D-Lo said he was out there with that Jermaine Taylor energy in round 1 and 2. With that nervous energy. I don't really remember no nervous energy for Jermaine Taylor. I might have to go refresh my memory on Jermaine Taylor. Derek Bailey said, I changed my damn pick. I had Beterbiev in the 8th and changed it to 7. Hey, man, I got to say, bro, changing picks is the worst thing you can do. That's the worst thing you can do. Because, look, man, y'all might not even believe me, but I changed my pick so much, I fucked myself at least 60 points. And it was actually more than that. I just give y'all the conservative number. But I fucked myself out a bunch of points last season. I could have ran away with first place. But I'll take second though, because I beat two people by 1 point. I took Jerron Ennis by decision, and that hurt him. And I took FL Jogba by decision, and that hurt him too. So I came in the clutch. Uh, Pagos B, okay. Napoleon said, that's my problem, changing my pick at the last minute. Yeah, I've been saying that shit like I just said. I changed picks, but I got a different way of looking at it now. Basically, whenever I get in a tough situation, I make the wrong pick. So like I be choking when it's a tough pick. So that's what it means. If you change your pick and you lose, that means that it was a tough situation and you failed the test. That's what happened, just like with me. Hyphy say Arthur knocked Usyk down with a body shot in one of those fights. I ain't seen that fight. I saw the one where in the AIBA World Championships. Maybe he knocked him down in the Olympics. I haven't seen that one posted on YouTube. Toby Barley said anywhere in the top three you're good, but if you got a first, second, you're real good. That's the only compliment you're getting, trashed this season. Now, I don't need no compliment. I need you to go get first place. I mean, if you go in there and medal, that's cool. That's what's up. But I think you should go get you a first place. I think you like an uncrowned champion. Because you be in the mix. It'd be me, you, Nick Harmer, that motherfucker, Jesse Aguilar, Mark James Knowles, Michael Jerzik, Napoleon, he'll be in there when he on this shit. I think that's all I can think of right now, but you be one of them dudes. I feel like you need to go get you one. D-Lo said, stop all the cap. Then we will get off your outstanding picks. Yeah, talking to Pecos Bill. Pecos Bill said, about to be listening from work. I chime in from time to time. Definitely appreciate the OG. You already know. Yeah. Hyphy say, I might play starting week 5 and still place ahead of D-Lo. Man, you could have just got in week 1, bro, and just saved all of that, man. Come on. D-Lo said, the hell you say? D-Lo said, if you jump in week 5 and beat me for the season, I will pay you whatever the first place payout is, huh? Square business. Hey, and he didn't say that you got to pay him nothing. You might as well jump in and take the challenge. Fagos Bill said, my problem is I don't change my picks. I think that's a good skill to have, that you just resolute in your decisions. Like you just ride with what you riding with. I think that, like, I be changing my picks and shit, man, because it's like a sign of like insecurity. You know what I'm saying? Like I talk my shit and all that kind of stuff, but I could be more confident. I'll keep it real. I could be more confident. You know what I'm saying? Because if I was, I'd be the one this thing at least twice. Square business. Like I should have won last season. I did everything in my power not to win last season. D-Lo said, no, MZ, your problem is that you make your picks. Toby Barley talking about King of King. Yeah, that motherfucker, he won first place. You know what I'm saying? I should have beat that man though. I really should have. I should have easily beat King of Kings, but it's all good though. He ran for the hills. He took a little championship and ran for the hills, talking about he want to take the next season off. Cause I sure was about to come back and come with something. Even though I'm in 31st place right now, don't worry about that. I can make that shit up in 1 week. I'm about to come with something, man. And he knew what time it was. Okay, they Pecos Bill talking to D-Lo and Hyphy talking to Toby Boy. He talking about King of Kings the best. Hey, he had a good season. I got to give him his props. He had a good season. He got off to a great start, and then he kind of fizzled towards the end. But I allowed him to win first, and I say that because I changed some picks and beat my own self. The picks that I changed. What's that boy? He won 47 and 22. Vito Mielnicki. His fight, I had KO4 and I changed that shit to KO2 at the last minute. Fucked myself out of 7 points right there. I had Abraham Nova and I changed it to the the Spanish kid. I can't think of his name. So that cost me 17 points. I lost by 11. That's the championship right there. And I also fucked myself out of another bonus. I can't remember which one that was exactly. I can't remember what bonus it was. I know it was one more. If I go check, I'll see it. But yeah, I did everything I could to beat my own self. Weak as a motherfucker. I went out like a little sissy. I ain't gonna lie. I went out like a punk. But like I said though, I did make some clutch picks to win second. You know what I'm saying? Pecos Bill said, King of King recording a song. King of King recording a diss track, huh? Square bit. Ivy Toby Bartlett talking to Ivy. I see my name in there though. He said, yeah, definitely. But I did think Trey X was going to get him. I should have, man. He said, so Trey X was going to be the first ever double champ. I was, man. But hey, it took me a little while to get proud of my silver medal, but I'm proud of my silver medal now. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, I did make some clutch picks coming down the stretch. And most importantly, I took Jerron Ennis by decision over Karen Chikadzian. And that basically got me second place. You know what I'm saying? So that made me kind of proud of it. But yeah, we got to come back with something, man. We got to come back with something. So what's some more boxing shit y'all got going on? Are y'all ready to shut it down? What y'all got going on? You ready to shut it down, bro?
Yeah, I ain't got nothing else.
What the people say? D-Lo says, so that man took them winnings and bought some studio time. He should have took his winnings and paid Yasa. That's what he should have done. He should have took his winnings and paid his bill. Is what he should have done.
He ain't came around since he won that shit, man. They ain't even put a down payment on this shit, man. He trying to get the credit right. That nigga changed his social security number, man. He using his nephew name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, square bit tripping. Hyphy, okay, talking to Toby Barty. He said King of Kings has moved on to giving out bets as the top boxing handicap. All right. I'm on a little losing streak right now, so I can't even talk shit. I took a few chances that I normally wouldn't take. But what it was is that I felt like I've been so conservative because I be letting good bets just get by me, and I be so conservative I don't be taking advantage of them. So I told myself I'm gonna be a little more liberal, and I'm gonna take a few more chances. So like I took that Guito Villanillo or some shit like that when he fought against Johnny Rice. I took him over Rice and lost that fight. I felt like my luck was kind of bad in that fight because I lost on the cut. You know what I'm saying? But I normally wouldn't even make that pick though. And then I also just took a loss. I took what's my man name? Uh he had a fight he had a fight in California against this guy named Sandoval. He was a big underdog in that fight. Uh, Damn, he just lost to this Eastern European from the Ukraine. Jamie is Jamie something, man. He like a Latino fighter. They call him Melaito. He won a bronze medal in the Pan American Games and he won a bronze medal at the AIBA World Championships. I can't think of his fucking name for some reason though, man. That's my man. I got to go find his name, y'all, because I like him as a fighter. I think if he had a better jab, he would be a much better fighter. But he definitely is a pretty good fighter, and I felt like he did enough to win that fight. His name is David Jimenez. That's what his name is. David Jimenez. I took him at plus 154 over Artem Delakian because I had Delakian coming off a 13-month layoff. But normally I wouldn't bet against a deep amateur background. So that's why I say normally I wouldn't even have made these bets. But since I felt like I had an advantage in these fights, because I had two fighters coming off of layoffs, Johnny Rice and Artem Delakian both came off a long layoff. So I thought I had an advantage, and I lost both of them. So they got me on the losing streak right now. Napoleon say, hold on, where I'm at. Napoleon said, I changed my knockout to decision, knowing the motherfucker getting stopped. I overrated Gallimore's survival skills, knowing Boachuk was going to chop him up. That was kind of tough, but normally I wouldn't even make that bet either. And the reason is because he went up and weight and he came back down. He fought this guy with some decent punching power at 160, but he got the hell beat out of him. And then he went back down to 154. And I think that's where his downfall came from. You know, it's hard for you to go up and weight and come back down. And he did that as an older fighter. And I think that's why he got stopped. If that didn't take place, I think he would have went the distance. Nathaniel Gallimore is very tough, man. It's hard to stop him. And in the time that he got stopped against Figueroa, and he got stopped on his feet. You know what I'm saying? So I think it was the weight. Hyphy said, did y'all cover Beterbiev versus Yard? Absolutely, we covered Beterbiev versus Yard. Hyphy said there's a fighter that sparred with Arthur and was also hit by a truck before. He said sparring Arthur is worse than being hit by a truck. Damn. He seemed like a heavy-handed motherfucker. Every single time I see him training and shit, I see him doing something that I ain't never seen. But I also saw him having a lot of trouble with that check hook. If he fight against Bivol, I don't think Bivol got no check hook. I ain't never seen Bivol use a check hook. If Bivol got a check hook that y'all been seeing, put it in the chat. Cause I ain't been seeing no check hook. I know that some people might look at that fight and be like, well, if he had trouble with Yard, he can't beat Bivol. I think he can beat Bivol.
Man, didn't he hit Canelo with it?
I don't remember him hitting Canelo with no check hook. I see him throwing a lot of straight punches. He'll throw a left hook, but I don't see him throwing a check hook though. Maybe he did, man. I don't remember seeing him throwing no check hook though. I don't see Europeans throwing check hooks, period. I see Americans throwing check hooks. Every now and then, I take that back. Every now and then I will see a European throw a check hook. It looked kind of weird and shit. I want to say that guy. I want to say this guy. I think he fought Subriel Matias. His last name was Ananian. Is that who I'm talking about? I might be tripping, man. I ain't gonna put that out there because I might be wrong. But it seemed like I can remember like one Eastern European that used a check hook. But I don't see no check hook from Bivol though. Toby Barley said I picked a Ukrainian dude, but I thought he lost. I thought Jimenez fought real well. I thought Jimenez could have won the fight. I mean, it was a close fight. Don't get me wrong. It ain't like he went out there and blew him out. But I think a lot of his punches that he was landing, I don't think the judges was seeing them. You know what I'm saying? Because they were like real quick blows. And it ain't like he was throwing combinations all the time. Like sometimes he'll throw like a single right hand to the body, boom, but it'll land clean. He might throw like a short right hand to the chin, boom, it's real quick. Then they might get tangled up or something, and the judge might miss that shit. And I kind of recognize that because I kind of do that shit when I'm in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I be having the moments where like, gotcha, and like that's in between shit. So like I'm landing these punches. The people on the outside don't really understand what you're going through because they don't see all the punches that's being landed on you. But if I say gotcha enough time, by the time the end of the round come, I done snuck you with like 25 punches. And they were one at a time. Gotcha. You know what I'm saying? So that shit get to adding up on your motherfucking ass. That's what I think happened with David though, man. But I thought he fought a pretty decent fight. He could have won. How if you say Arthur was placed in that corner multiple times and he managed to turn Anthony into the same corner, put a beating on him. I gave you credit for bringing up that point earlier when we talked about the fight. Yeah, you talked about how you ought to be pursuing the man back to a corner, and then Beterbiev was spin the motherfucker. Next thing you know, Yard in the corner. And not only did that happen, Beterbiev put hands on him when that shit happened. It ain't like he did it and let him get away with it. He did it and sprinkled all kind of bombs on the man. Appreciate that super chat from Moody Trayweather, man. Square business. He said being in and out the chat, just showing love to the brothers, man. Definitely appreciate that. We definitely got to get you up on that Channel Ross, though. What place is Moody Trayweather in on the Channel Ross?
Well, definitely appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that, but we got to get them numbers up. I know. Hold on, he was in 11th place last week. Him and Gil Coles was tied up. Hold on, is that the right week? Nah, that was the first week. Yeah, we got to go to last week. Let me see what Moody Trayweather did last week. We definitely appreciate your support, man. But we gotta we gotta keep the book straight too, though. You know, shit. Moody Trayweather, number 57, tied with Gil Coles, had 60 points last week. So he was like in the top 5 or some shit in the first week, when he was up there pretty good. And then he came out there and had a week like that, where he done fell to. He done fell to 34. He behind me, 174. He tied up with Gil Coles on the official list. Yeah, we got to come back with something, brother. Hold on, where I'm at in the chat. Hyphy, I think I read that. He said he put a beating on him. Yeah, I think I read that shit. He put a beating on him. Hyphy said Arthur uh just recognized he wasn't nearly as good as he wanted to be defensively. I like a fighter that is hard on himself, very humbling. Oh yeah, I can relate to that shit, man. That's why I don't mind talking shit to nobody when it come to competition, because ain't nobody harder on me than me. Like, I'm very hard on myself if I come up short. Y'all don't understand how I talk to myself when I let King of King beat me. That man had no business beating me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't mind talking shit, nigga. I'm hard on myself. Miss Armin Brown said thanks for the super chat. We definitely appreciate that shit. Moody Trayweather said I can do better shit. You will do better, goddamn me. You know I'm gonna keep on fucking with you. Toby Barter said I think the only check Bivol threw against Canelo was the one that went in the bank. Square business. Want him another one too. Shit, he said he'll go to 168 to get him another one of them checks. Said shit, that's some good money. Moody Trayweather said it's still early. Absolutely, it's still early, bro. We still in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? A quarter is 3 weeks. So we got plenty of time. Don't even worry about it. And then look, I'm 48 points away from first, and I think you 3 points behind me. So they make you 51 points away from first. You can make that shit up in 1 week. You go out there and get first place, and the people that's at the top, they get to fucking around. You'll make that ground up real quick. You know what I'm saying? Salute to my boy Judge Joe Brown. All rise. What's up to my boy? What's going down?
Salute, bro.
Don't come in talking shit about them Eagles either, nigga. I already gave y'all props. We not going through all that shit again. You know what I'm saying? Good shit to the Eagles. Y'all get to the Super Bowl. We got 2 black quarterbacks in the Super Bowl. So that's some player shit. You know what I'm saying? Big E said, yeah, I was mad at your ass for letting them win too. Yeah, man, OG. And I'm gonna tell you what it was. I wanted to win too bad. Like it was to the point like I can't just make my pick and just let it go. I want to make my pick and then go back and analyze it again and shit. You know what they say, man. We come from Texas, man. You study long, you study wrong. And that's what it was, man. And then look, he ain't got the opportunity to change no picks. All he can do is make one pick because I'm running his shit over there one time. I'll be damned if I go over there and make some adjustments for this man. I'll run that nigga shit over there because I like competition. But he can only make one pick. He can't make no adjustments. So once he make his shit, he locked in. That's how I should have been. I went out like a sucker. I can't count. You know what I'm saying? But we back to right the wrong though. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna come back with something. And he said he taking this season off and he gonna come back next season. I'll be right there waiting on him. Don't even worry about it. But Marlo said he tired, man. So we're gonna go ahead and shut this shit down. We're gonna call the fight on Friday, y'all. It's gonna be on ESPN. It's Emmanuel Navarrete versus Liam Wilson. Navarrete ain't never in bad fights, man. He always in great fights. One of my favorite fighters to call. So y'all come and check it out with us and shit. We're gonna be on it. You know what I'm saying? We might have some trivia or something. What's the day? Monday. Might come with some trivia on Wednesday or something. It really depends on what Alma Brown got going on her channel. I ain't gonna even lie, because I've been going over there supporting her shit, because she be on her gaming channel. I'll be over there having fun. If y'all ain't got nothing to do, like on Wednesdays and Thursday nights, go holler at Alma Brown. She be over there playing Family Feud and all that shit. Should be fun. But I ain't gonna talk y'all to death, man. Salute to everybody. Much love to you. Y'all come check it out on Friday when we call the fight.
Put your link in the thing, says for the people who might be watching it. But y'all already know, man. It's always fun. I always love chopping it up with y'all. Most definitely be back with the trivia whenever bro ready. I fired up. I should have my desk. My shit is all on the floor right now, but you know what I'm saying. I had to get back in touch. Shit, we be back this weekend, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Till next time. Don't forget to tell them haters and trolls. Get the fuck out my gym.
You heard him?
Peace.
Gia.